So first of all, welcome and thanks for showing up at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning. And here we are learning Make the Goal. I'm going to change the name to something more like the game to getting what you want. Now, the first thing I like to do is to sort of set the table, get everything off the table because now it's game time. It's after dinner. Uh, I see goal setting as a game. Now, everyone can agree that what makes playing a game so much fun is the unknown factor that nobody knows who's going to win. Because if you did know who's going to win a game, what's the point of playing? It wouldn't be fun. And it's very similar with goal setting, except let's assume for this game, you're going to win because you're not playing against anybody. So the unknown factor here is how you're going to win. That's the fun. And the people who don't get that part of it are those who are attached to how a result should look. So they miss out on the real thrill, playing the game full on. So here are my 5 instructions for the game of getting what you want. Number 1 is a two-parter. Identify your piece and identify your place. So your game piece, like if you're the hat or whatever meeple you pick up on your game board, it's identified by what you want, because what you want sets all the rules and how you win everything for the game. What do you want? Your place is identified by asking, where am I now in relation to where I want to be, in relation to what I want? So on a game board, it's like the end of the game, how you get to home, or who wins. I've never played it, but I guess Risk, you dominate the world. I'm not sure. So identifying where you are in relation to where you want to go is ongoing throughout the game. It's like a GPS. Instruction number 2, know your game board. Your game board is the landscape of your particular playing field, your arena. Are you playing the game for something that has to do with your profession, your career? Are you playing a game that has something to do with your health? Are you playing a game that has something to do with your relationships, your family? These are all different game boards. Number 3, anything can happen. So even when bad things happen, it's just part of the game. It's not a big deal, and you can always take another turn. Number 4, you must take your turn. In board games, you get to roll the dice, you get to pull a card, you get to guess a clue. Ideally, then you collect money or points or you move ahead. But if you skip your turn, nothing happens. So in the game of getting what you want, skipping a turn means you're not taking any actions. No action, no reward. And number 5, it may sound contrary, but you'll see what this means. You must wait your turn. So in between the doing, in between the actions, waiting your turn is active reception, being, sometimes playing. So while you're waiting your turn, go ahead and mix those Scrabble tiles, but don't force a word, right? Because once you get a word, somebody has already put down a tile in the place you wanted to put it. If you're trying to control the outcome, then you're not receptive to what the universe has already laid at your feet. So this is a time to hop in and ask questions if you like.
So while you're waiting your turn,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played Scrabble, so I don't understand the analogy. But like, uh, you're just waiting. Are you prepping yourself for the next time you go up to bat? Is that what you're trying to say?
What you're saying is something active.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is something receptive.
Okay.
So the whole, very briefly, Scrabble is about creating words, real words, and putting them strategically on the board, right? But you're only given so many letters. Now, what you're doing is you're not creating a word that's going to go there. That's more active. But because we know the nature of the game, you don't know what's going to happen until it's your turn. You're looking at your tiles, you're looking at what you have to play with. You're just kind of looking at it and looking at it probably for what it is. Um, can we play with your goal for a second as an example?
Sure. Um, a
By the way, this
goal.
is a great question. So thank you for this is
Well, the
helping me.
reason I thought it was an active thing was because you said rearrange the tiles, which is like that's an active thing to do. So I like, or that's an action. So I was like, okay, are we readying
Yeah.
ourselves? Are we prepping? Are we like, I don't know. Um, but yeah, a goal we set last time was getting an interview
Mm,
by a certain date.
mhm.
So the
Yeah.
reception of that would be like after maybe like contacting people or like after submitting to a job or like
Yeah.
after taking the actions to generate the momentum. You don't keep bothering those people or you don't keep like, I don't know,
Right. So
you,
one of the things I said was waiting your turn can be described as being, just being with it or playing. So an example that just came to me, and I don't know if it's a good example, so maybe we'll find it in here,
okay.
is your goal is to get this specific interview. How fun would it be for you to play it out in your head? Um, oh, I'm going to wear this. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to talk about this. You know, you're not prepping for the interview, you're playing with it because you don't know what will be asked of you to actually bring to the interview until you get it. You have some idea, but when you play with possibilities, just like the Scrabble tiles, this is possible. Ooh, does it fit anywhere? This is possible. Ooh, does it fit in? When you play with possibilities, you're more open to what is possible. Now, that's probably more targeted, but you can also play with what if I got an interview with the top agency in the country? I wonder who the players are there. You know, this is very light. It's not like I'm going to go target them. I got to get the interview with this
Yeah.
company. But what that does, it cracks open the impossible.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, Sherlock.
Okay, I'm really glad this is coming up because this is the foundation. The foundation is what in my life I always think I know, and then to go back to go, oh crap, man, I didn't get the foundation. Now I got to go back. Okay. So this is great. You cannot go over this enough for me. So, but if we may use another example, because I may be doing it without realizing you're already doing it. Um, there is a particular, there's a particular thing I'm going after, and it's for a company to do the right thing by me. And I've been great at writing being very respectful of how I write to them. I don't write in anger. I'm just like, okay, let's just look at the logic of this. Okay. So, and no matter what they write me back saying, okay, doing it again. So this why I'm so happy she brought this up was the fact that it's like that waiting is like I don't know what that looks like in some situations. I may be doing it. It's like like in this instance, I wait so long, and if I don't hear back, then I'm like, okay, just checking it again.
Yeah.
Um, or just let it alone. But you said play it in your head. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's good. So if they do this, then I'll do that. Or if they say this, then I'll do this.
Oh, you're talking about strategizing. That's different from playing,
Uh,
unless you're playing Risk, which I've never played.
yeah, I don't know that game. Um, okay, here's a game that I do know.
Yeah.
That would be Monopoly.
Worst game ever.
Uh,
Just my
sh- up,
opinion. Just my opinion.
invented by a woman, stolen by a man. So, yeah, okay.
Right. Here's the thing, like with Monopoly, you could strategize all you want, but once that one person is is Monopoly, you're done. There's zero you can do. And that's why it's a shitty game.
You just took, because I was using that as a mental, okay, so I don't want to go to jail because believe me, some of the things I'm thinking about, I'm like, huh, I wonder if that's illegal. Uh,
See, but
uh,
what I'm thinking in your case is you reminded me I had a meeting, God, was it last year? Yeah, a year ago with the unemployment office. And I
mhm,
was in trouble, and I'd never been in trouble before. And it was an honest mistake. And I was so upset that I didn't see, it had to do with calendar dates and uh, claiming my earnings.
mhm.
And I got it wrong. So they said I intentionally defrauded or something like. So those strong words really got me off track.
Yeah,
And I remembered, oh, they just give the same words to everybody because I know where I stand. But I think the thing that saved me, Sherlock, was not just getting my ducks in a row, but having being receptive at that interview. I had let go of the outcome because I knew that no matter what the outcome, I was going to be fine. The situation may not go my way, but I was going to be fine.
cool. I like that. And I'm in and out of situations like that to where it's like, it doesn't matter what they say. I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to let that scare me. Or, in my words, I would say, gaslight me. I'm like, I'm just not going to let it be gaslight me. Because if I get gaslit, then all of a sudden I'm this, as opposed to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we're receptive, we're actually more eloquent in whatever it is we're doing.
Yes, I can see that. Thank you, because that really helps me because this is the most eloquent in writing to someone trying, wanting to handle a situation that I've ever been. And I'm so proud of me for 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 that because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, sometimes when we think we're up against something that we want that just doesn't seem like it's going to happen or it's going to take a lot of work. For me, it's like take an action. Let's see what happens. Let's take an action. Let's see what happens. Writing that email. They're going to get this. They're going to get this. I'm going to make sure that they did it is different from doing. Let's see what happens.
I love that. Please keep that. Let me write that down. Do
Okay, it's on the recording.
right. But it's not on the recording I'm gonna get.
That's true. Maybe I'll send this one because this one's pretty rich. I can feel it
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe I'll just send this one to everyone.
May I ask one question about this? Because
Yeah.
this is all part of it. You said something 2 weeks ago, and I was like, well, you always say something. I'm like, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. Not that I don't like what you said, but it's because, oh, to have that as well. And that is, you said, I don't worry about money or the money being there because you've done some rather bold things in the last couple of years with the coaches you've gone to. And I'm like,
So how did it affect you?
because I want that too.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to be able to not even think and go, shit, I'm signing up with Doreen for as long as I need to sign up with Doreen because I like how you think. And I'm like, damn. I Well, basically, I thought I would be closer to that than I am right now, but I'm like, okay, I'm not. No worries. She is, and I can work with her.
That's always a possibility. Absolutely. And
What
this
was
is
the possibility?
this, right? Anything's possible. And this is why I put the goal setting into this format because making it, seeing it as a game takes the worry out of it.
Oh, that's good. Write that down, somebody. Oh, me. Uh,
All right. We're
that's
we're going
brilliant.
to move on to the next thing.
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. So the next thing is I want to work and thank you, Christina, for answering Brittany's question. I am going to ask for somebody who is still unsure about what goal they want to set. And I know, Mai, you had to leave early. I don't know if you wanted to take advantage of this, or maybe you wanted to take advantage of the second half, the nuts and bolts part.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, if it's okay, I'm going to keep my camera off. I'm having a slow morning, but I'm present and I'm
Absolutely, no
here.
problem. Yeah.
Um, so I guess I'm having trouble refining my goal in a
Mhm.
way that is not outcomes based.
Okay, let's play with that. So, what is it as you have it now?
I would really, so I'm wrapping up my second year having started my journey of commercial auditions. And I would really like to book something in 2026.
Mhm.
But I know that booking something is out of one's control.
Right.
So how do I formulate my goal in a way that I can measure progress?
Okay. I think I've had to let go of banning the outcome as a goal. So in your case, I'm going to let you keep that.
Mm,
Okay. I'm going to let you keep that. So you want to book a commercial.
hmm
Is that what you really want?
Mm.
If it's
I
yes,
think
that's fine.
I think it is what I really want.
Okay,
I'm
that's
not
just
sure.
just sort of like my you know, wearing the raincoat and the umbrella kind of, are you sure? Kind of thing. Okay. Now here's this is where we begin the planning, Mike, and everybody else. This is the beginning of the planning in 3 simple steps. And we've got number one. What do you want? I want to book a commercial. Great. The second one is, by when do you want it? Now, don't think about what's practical or realistic, but say, by when do you want it? And give yourself more than 24 hours because we want to play with some actions here, right?
Okay. Is that a rhetorical or are you asking?
Hmm. This part is interactive, so you can change this when we're done with today. But just for now, what would be a fun time? Like just randomly, 2 months from now is January 22nd. By January 22nd, I want to
Mm,
book a commercial.
I'll give myself 3 months.
Okay, so let's say by Valentine's Day, because that's like a nice, or is that Washington's Day? President's Day, the 22nd? Who knows? Okay, February 22nd, you're going to book a commercial.
Hmm.
Great. So now we've got the deadline. That's number two. Number one is what do you want? Number two, by when do you want it? That's your deadline. Oops,
Hmm.
I did it again. Number three, my just throw out anything, be okay with not knowing if this is right, but what needs to happen in order for you to get this?
I guess something that you've mentioned briefly, in past conversation, I guess I'd like to improve my skills. So taking a class
Great.
can be a
So you
good
could jot
step.
that down. You can pencil that down,
Hmm.
pencil that in. Take a class.
Hmm.
And in your case, specifically take a commercial audition class.
Hmm.
What else needs to happen?
Hmm. That's probably where I'm stuck because
Mhm,
I feel like I think I'm doing everything that I can be doing,
mhm,
turning in the tapes as soon as I can.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah. Another thing that comes to mind is for me, reaching out to casting offices. And it's more difficult now than it was pre-pandemic, but it's still possible. Um, there are 3 or 4 casting houses. There used to be so many more. But what I mean is those are the brick and mortars where they have the live auditions. And for most of them, you can actually drop off stuff, even if the casting director is just renting the space there.
mhm.
Um, so you can walk in, introduce yourself, and say whatever. Get into the main office and drop off your stuff to those casting directors. They each would have a bin, a cubby, a mailbox, or something, depending on the office setup. And so that's another way. Because when I used to do marketing for actors, I would always say they can't call you in if they don't know who you are. And even though your agent is submitting you, you're new enough in this game to where repetition is going to make the difference. All right. So, what else, now that I said that, can you think of needs to happen for you to book that?
Oh, I think this question stumps me because I feel so new and I'm like, what else? I don't know what else.
Okay, great. So we've got these two things. Take a commercial class and reach out to casting directors. So this still goes under number 3, right? What needs to happen?
hmm
You're going to reverse engineer. She's only got 2, but let me ask you, which one do you think needs to come first?
The one that is putting me out there first, meaning dropping stuff off. I mean, the easiest thing I would say for me is I'm just going to take the class.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, these are really great things to ask yourself because, well, what's going to get me the attention or create a call to action quicker? Probably the drop offs. But if you feel honestly that you need the foundation before, in this particular case, I I can't see a specific one goes before the other. But in order to make your plan, your foolproof plan, you must choose which one is going to come first. That's all.
hmm
So you're choosing the class. Okay. And I'm gonna go over this next bit for everyone. So you're off the hook.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks,
Um,
Doreen.
and yeah, there's definitely more in what you said as far as your actions go. And maybe we can touch on that. So once you have the things that need to happen in order for you to get what you want, and again, I'm going to use the analogy of playing a crossword puzzle because we don't know everything, right? So just start filling out the words that you do know in the crossword puzzle, and then you'll start to see, oh, and it makes this word and that word. So things that need to happen in order for you to get what you want. This is the main thing, and this is the core of the book, The 12-Week Year, which is where I get my ideas of this from. The core of it is executing actions that count. Your habits or your repeated actions create your future. If you want to know your future health, look at your current eating and exercise habits. Changing your future requires changing your habits. So assign yourself actions that count, not a glorified to-do list. So, according to the 12-week year, they use 12 weeks, which actually is what Mai said, 3 months. So there's going to be an item done for each week. And in Mai's case, week 12 is book the commercial. So just fill that out on week 12 or whatever, how many weeks you have set your deadline for. Then assign specific actions that need to be done in order to complete those weekly items. Like booking the commercial. Well, you need to go to the callback. You need to audition. Um, but do we know if that's within the week? I don't know. This is sort of a nebulous kind of thing. We can get more specific with the next volunteer, okay? So, Brittany, um, if you're feeling like it in a few minutes, you would get first choice since this is your first time here. So you're going to assign specific days to actions that need to be done in order to complete those weekly items. And planning weekly, it closes the gap between where you are now and where you want to be by the end of the week. The scheduling of those actions is done at the beginning of the week. And it reflects those items that are needed in order to get what you want. So you're going down your 12-week list. I do this also in my why you're not working more and how we can change that at the SAG Conservatory. And for the first time this week, I came up with, the 12-week outlook is your wide shot. And each week is your medium shot. Each day is your close-up. Planning daily fixes unexpected schedule changes, which is why you must assign specific times to your daily actions the night before. And daily actions align with your weekly items. They're not a to-do list. They may look like it at some point, but you'll see the difference between a to-do list and the actions that you need to take in order for those things to happen. Don't get it all in your head about this. I know this is a lot. And we're going to kind of review it with somebody one-on-one. If you go back to the 3 simple steps, what do I want? By when do I want it? And what needs to happen in order to get it? That will automatically inform you what you need to do weekly and what you need to do daily. Any questions? Sure.
What if you draw a blank?
On which question?
What needs to happen in order to get it? Because you said then that plans out your medium shots and your close-ups. But I'm like, what if all of a sudden you're just going blank? You're like, I'm not sure.
Well, what's the goal?
Okay, let's just say that it's I want to book a commercial by February.
Mm-hmm. Is that a real goal?
For me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not in Los Angeles.
Okay, then let's have a real goal. Because I want to know what you're going blank on.
Well, I'd go blank all the time. That's what I mean. It's like I follow. Then all of a sudden it's like, I don't know.
Right. So right now, you're living
In fear.
in just a made up situation.
Okay.
Because I don't think I can answer your question unless you have a concrete situation.
Okay. And that is why we coach with you. Yeah. Hey, here's one.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is fair. And if this is really going off the mark, then just say you're off the mark. Just listen to everybody else. I really do want to do coaching with you.
Oh, okay.
And because I always liked it. I always did well. I just put myself out on a financial, for me,
Mm-hmm.
a financial in a financial situation on a purchase.
Okay.
And
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
you've got, and we do this all the time. I want to do this, but I'm going to Africa for a year. Okay.
Okay. That's fair.
Um, and depending on what this is, sometimes it can be done long distance from Africa, and sometimes it just needs to wait a year.
Oh.
Also, in
Okay.
your case, like for instance, I put myself, uh, we'll say on a financial limb
Yeah.
for a coaching program that I really wanted to do.
Yes.
And what I did was I looked to see which credit card was going to help me out. And I looked in different ways. I didn't know how it was going to help me out. But first I needed to look at the credit cards.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know, but if you click on a credit card website, usually they have a little tab for rewards and offers. And some of them you don't even know because we're erasing or deleting our emails that they send us, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, this one's got a 0% balance transfer for like 12 months. But that means I have to put it on another card. Then I look at the other card, and the other card gives me a nice cashback amount. So that's exactly what I did, Sherlock. Actually, I went to the one with the points for the airline points. So I charged that big chunk on the credit card with the airline points. And as soon as those points kicked in, I did the balance transfer to the 0%. So that's how I worked it out, right?
Whoa, that's clever. I wouldn't, yeah, that wouldn't even occur to me because I get so confused on those.
Well, that's because I'm in a financial wellness class, Christina knows, called Abundance Bound. And we learn all of these things that when you look closer of the possibilities, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
no.
how I bought this new Mac. I didn't know that they offered 0% financing if you get the Apple Card. Who knew? I didn't know. So, uh, yeah, I'm all about the 0%.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Okay.
also, whatever I took an improv workshop with the granddaughter of Viola Spolin last summer because it's something I really wanted to do.
Right.
But again, money. And I just went out and I asked her if there was a payment plan, if there was a scholarship, whatever. I got a little bit of a discount and I got a payment plan. I asked.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah. That's what I did on this purchase I made. I'm like, they're like, it's already discounted. I'm like, I know, but can I have more? And they're like, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. I had a newsletter recently called the Random Asks of Kindness. And the point of it is being kind to ourselves when we ask. Too often we're like, there's some sort of feeling of,
Stigma.
I don't deserve this. If they wanted to give it to me, they would have given it to me and all of this bullshit. But
Uh-huh.
it's an act of kindness. Ask for whatever it is, not demand and not the world, but
Yeah, just ask.
just ask, see what
Because
happens.
what's the old adage? The answer is no until you ask.
Well, if the answer is no, no, the answer could still be no when you
Yeah,
ask,
but
but you're no worse off than you were when you didn't ask, right?
yeah,
So why not?
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
That helps get me out of a bad head thing.
Yeah. Thank you. Brittany, I know you popped in and you popped out. Did you want to ask a question? She's she's underwater right now. I don't know. I don't know. We'll come
Sorry, I
back.
am technical difficulties with
Oh,
the
no problem.
Zoom. I didn't want to ask a question. I just wanted you to know that I was here. I know you uh, mentioned my name, so I just was letting you know that I'm not doing well.
Okay, okay. Well, I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah. No worry about the camera. If you want to ask any questions or anything like you're putting them in the chat, or you can just leave your camera off and ask questions too. But now that we're at this point, Brittany, would you like to be the volunteer for going over. I mean, you and I are already working together, so we don't have to, but it could be fun. It's up to you.
Yes.
Oops, you're muted. What happened there? I didn't hear what you said.
Me.
Say again?
Sorry, the mute button on my phone is so tiny because I refuse to download the Zoom app. I'm doing it from my browser. Sure is the answer.
You know, you sound a little sleepy.
I am sleepy.
Now, I
I've
don't want
been
to force you,
no.
but
I
if
live alone, okay? This is the first time I've used my voice this
okay,
morning.
okay. I just didn't want you to I just wanted to be, it effective for you, but it may wake you up.
Yeah, no, I gotta wake up, so it's all good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so great. So we're going to go over with you this whole, wide shot, medium shot, close-up thing, this
Okay.
12-week thing. So you can either talk about the goal that you and I are working on, you and I are working on, or you can play with another one. Your choice.
Okay. Well, I always have, more than one goal. Let's see. The one we were working on was to get some photos so that I could one, give them to my manager, and then two, um, build up my personal training website for
Right. That
uh,
actually, the getting the photos were one of your actions that count because
mhm.
your big picture was
The personal training and the just getting known as more of a fitness person to casting directors, I suppose, is the goal, I guess. I'm not
well,
really sure.
actually, yeah, I do remember you were split between the personal training goal and the acting goal.
Mhm.
And we agreed, I believe we agreed, that if you focus on one, it's going to affect and nourish the other, nurture the
Right.
other. So we chose to focus on the acting goal.
Yes.
Yeah. So did you want to play with that today, or did you want to play with the fitness?
No, let's play with the acting thing. All right, so big goal is in 12 weeks. See, just like Mia, that's like a hard one because I'm like, well, I would love to be cast, in a show that goes on for 20 years. But I
Right.
guess in 12 weeks, I would, big picture, just like to be more comfortable with the idea of people like seeing. I'm still don't like the idea of being known as a fitness like I'm an old school woman that goes to the gym. I don't, you know, need you. I wear big baggy shirts and don't need you to know that I'm as fit as I am. So it's still a little weird to me, big picture. So I'd like to be more comfortable with that. I think is a good wide shot, but then medium shot um, would be, uh, I guess, just doing more. I'm gonna, sorry, cut me off if I'm off track. So in
Yeah, I'm going to
December,
cut you off
okay.
because I believe, and I keep double checking in because I'm not sure, that we're talking about your goal as an actor.
I mean, what is acting? Acting's just living life and then hoping, like we just have to live life and then and audition, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we got to keep going on. I don't really like know how to uh, focus on acting because I feel like
Great, great, great,
anytime
great,
that, yeah.
great. So there's all kinds of goals that an actor can have. And it depends on what you want, 100%. And it also depends on what you know that's available. For instance, um, I was working with an actor on Wednesday, and he came up with this goal of I want to sign an acting contract that earns me $1,000 a week.
Ooh,
So that was really specific. And we need specific before we go after it.
okay.
And as
Okay.
I said before, as long as we're not attached to how it should look, we will make great progress.
Okay. One thing came up for me
Yeah.
when you said that then.
Yeah.
12 week big picture.
Yeah.
One thing that would be fun is just getting, since I'm in flight school, I can't do that one, like having an ongoing acting gig right now would not be good, but I do want just like a one week. I'm not a day player, but I'm called back several days. Have to like, hey, flight school, I can't come in this week because I'm filming this, I don't know, a vertical or whatever, for a 1
Yeah,
week gig.
I forgot how long is the flight school? When does that end?
Oh, November of 2026.
Oh, okay, so it's a whole year. Great.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I mean, it's very much flexible, and I'm making sure that it's, something that I can juggle all my dreams with. So,
Yep. 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 Um, it sounds like, and I'm going to see if we can shape this a little bit better. I'm
please.
sorry, a little more clearer,
Mhm.
a little more solid. Uh, I want to be a part of something, shooting, that I am more than just a day player.
Mhm.
That okay. So if you booked a national commercial, would you turn that down?
Ugh. I guess not. I don't know that I'd even audition for it though.
Okay. That helps. So I'm getting a little more clear about what it is you want. It sounds like you you are focused on narrative storytelling.
Yeah, theatrical auditions is really that make me happy. I really
So
hate commercials.
that could be like the verticals you're talking about. It could be television, it could be film in all of its categories.
Yes, but I'm
Okay.
non-union, so we're
Right.
narrowing it down.
Right. Yeah. Uh, great. So, how could you put that in one sentence for week 12?
Um, I'd like to be, I'd like to book a theatrical role that's more than a day player and more than 1 day on set in 12 weeks.
Another question came to mind. What if you booked a lead in this project, but they were only shooting for 1 day?
That'd be fine.
Okay. So it's not necessarily how many days you're called in, but the substance of your role.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Um, and also I'm going to push it a little further, not just booking, but by the 12th week, you're shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, I could feel that like, yeah, when you said, yeah. Okay. So you're shooting an on-camera project where you have a substantial role
Yes.
by Valentine's Day. Awesome.
Cool.
So what are the things that needs to happen in your life in order for something like that to happen? Like things you already know, like auditions and self-submitting and
Well, two things I did this week
Yeah.
to set up was, well, later on in the day, I have a lunch with my manager. We're going to talk later on today. So that's a small thing for today. And then I signed up for the Actors Jam. If anyone else wants to, I could send the link, but it's basically you pay to play, but I'm going to do a monologue from gruesome playground injuries on December 13th. It's just to get my, it's up on stage at the Broadwater. And
Okay.
I just did that because I want to get more comfortable. I just want to get more comfortable using space and being up on stage and not being, not depending on like the word cut to get through a scene. I want to be able to do the whole thing. So I'm doing that on the 13th of December, and then I
Yeah,
need
put the
more.
link in the chat
Okay.
when we're done here.
Okay.
When you and I are done here. Anything else?
That is, I think that's 6 weeks. No, that's 3 weeks out. So I still need the smaller things for
Yeah.
6 weeks
So
and
6
8
weeks
weeks.
out, you can even put that on the calendar. Perform. I forgot what it is.
It's a monologue, which I think was a little bit of a cop out. I should have asked somebody to do a scene, but I'm just gonna do a monologue.
Is there a reason why you can't change it?
Uh, I don't think so. I think I'd have to talk to them. It's a 3-minute block for a monologue versus a 5-minute, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
And
possible. What is the name of the event?
Actors Jam.
Okay. So week number 6 or whatever it is, perform at Actors Jam.
Hmm.
Week number 12, uh, shooting an on-camera project where you have a substantial role.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, week number 1, manager meeting. Now, manager meeting is not a verb. I forgot to mention that every item on your week every item for each week, and in this case, we're playing with 12. For every one of those 12 week items, it must begin with a verb.
Mm.
So, meeting with manager is not really a verb. Meet with manager is a verb, but let's make it stronger.
Okay.
What do you what is your goal for that meeting?
Okay. Oh, I'm blanking on the word. Uh, this isn't it, but formulate a plan or connect. Make sure we're on the same page, whatever word that is, as to what the plan is for the next year, or what we both want. I want to make sure that we're both on the same page as to like his vision for what I can do and what I want to do. And the
Yes.
main, yeah,
Yes. And
yeah,
I believe that getting clarity around your 12-week goal just now helps with that,
cool,
right?
definitely.
Because you said, I don't really want to do commercials. Well, a manager may not be happy with that, just so you know, because the rep's job is all about money. And that's why we love them. That's why we need them.
Well, that was my thing last 2 years ago. This is why I signed with him a year ago, is because we sat down at lunch a year ago, and I said, "Listen, I don't want to do that, and it doesn't make me happy, and that's not what I want." And he actually
Great,
said, "That's fine. I don't
great,
care."
great. Okay. Um, so now you've got a more solid presentation in that this is what I want. I want narrative storytelling. I want a substantial role. And this is what I'm doing. So I know you said you want like a year out plan of what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I personally have never heard of that.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't ask for that. It'd be interesting to see what their answer is. But because this industry is so unpredictable, there's only so much a person can plan out.
Hmm.
I know when I talk to my manager, the main thing we talk about is, are we on the same page?
Okay.
Because my want from 6 months ago has changed.
Hmm.
And she wanted to be sure about that, but she didn't want to change. She didn't want to change her strategy, her submission strategy, so to speak, without asking me first.
Okay.
So we came to that agreement. I personally think that that's the biggest I'm sorry, not the biggest. It's probably the most important thing to get out of a meeting. Exactly what you said, being on the same page.
Okay.
So
But for the next 12 weeks, maybe, not the next year.
why not share this goal? You know, I want to be shooting something. Let's shoot. And that, I tell you, they get excited when an actor has something specific because now they have something to work with.
Cool. Well, I emailed him yesterday, and that's why we're meeting. I found out that Stargate, I don't know if I'm a nerd, guys. Stargate, their producers are creating a new spin-off series, and it's still like in the writing stage, but I was so excited about it that I emailed him and I'm like, I need to be in the show. What do we need to do? They don't even have a casting team or writers yet. And I emailed him about it.
Yes.
Anyway,
And here's what, if you don't know it now, I'm going to tell you what's true about the business. You cannot do any television unless you're union. Period.
okay.
So if that's your goal, and they're still in the writing stages, maybe you can have a year-end goal to get in the union.
Okay. Got to do commercials then.
Not necessarily, no, but it's an easy way.
Hmm.
Uh, and if this is a great strategy. You can change what you said to your manager before and say, I'm willing to do commercials, but only union,
Hmm.
because that's how you get the union card. You
Okay.
don't, you're not from non-union commercials. And it's always a gamble because they'll hire the union actors first, usually, not necessarily. It's a good gamble, I think, especially because you're not losing any money.
Right. Okay.
So that could be something, right? But again, it's your first year into this. It all depends on what you want. I know an actor who has his own crooner persona that he performs live. And he's happy having done nothing but non-union commercials all of his life
Hmm.
because television and film is not his goal.
Cool.
So I'm going to say the same thing to you as I said to Mai. In order to increase our audition opportunities, casting offices need to know us. Now, what may be good for you is to start keeping track, and that could be one of your weekly items. Could be week 2.
Okay.
Track casting contacts. So you're going to start creating a list of the people you've auditioned for, the people you've submitted to. So that's your weekly item, right? Track, casting, contacts. But you got to plan that week in order to get that done, right? So the first thing you're going to do is go back, see who you auditioned for, see if you can find their name, and then when you realize, oh, that's the tedium, but the payoff is going to be good.
Okay.
And if you're just starting something like this, it's going to be like a flywheel. It's going to be hard and you're going to push in the beginning, but after a bit, you're going to get momentum and then it's going to fly on its own.
Okay.
So you're going to be doing the research. You're going to be looking up like old emails and documents and shit like that, whatever, wherever you can remember. You're going to start that list. So in that week, you are going to look to see, because you've got class and life, where can I fit this in? Oh, okay. I'm free on Tuesday afternoon, so I can start that on Tuesday. Oh, I've got a little bit of time on Wednesday morning. So you can pick like 3 days where you're just going to devote to researching this contact list.
Okay.
And then the night before, you're going to list high priority actions that have to happen in the day in order to complete your weekly actions. As a for instance, say you planned to start your research for your weekly item of create contact list on a Tuesday, but something came up and you can't fit it in on Tuesday. Don't just let it go. See where else it can go. That's why we plan the night before. Don't wake up in the morning of the confusion of like, what was that thing I was going to do? You're gonna get a very clear picture, and this is for everybody, how much time you actually have in a day and how you spend it. And this is my favorite quote from that TV show, The Bear. Every second counts.
Yes, it does.
But don't forget to eat and sleep.
Okay, cool.
So great. We did a nice little rough draft there.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you soon, and we can work on this more.
Cool.
All right, let's go to Christina.
I'm loving this conversation. Like, buzzing. Like I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I know those I know these people. I know those, like, just like there's like it's fun. Like that we're all doing. We all have these goals and like we're all in it. We all want things. It's all, it's all different, but I don't know. And we're all at different places.
Yeah.
But I had a question because like the booking something always comes up and the like goals always come up of like make $1,000 a week. And you're like, you have to let go how that looks. And I'm like, no, because I don't want to make $1,000 a week playing a character that I don't want to be seen as, for instance, or like just booking a commercial. I will absolutely attract the shittiest commercial with the shittiest pay rate and the shittiest conditions. And it's happened a million times. Like I can move the wheel, I can definitely make things happen, but it's always something dissatisfying, like the goal that I reach. So like the question is it the goal that sucks? Because clearly, like I can drive the wheel, but is it my goal that needs to be adjusted? Because if it's just to book something or if it's just to make X amount of money, like obviously for me, that's not good enough. So, or there's an agenda behind, or there's something else attached to that. So, what do you think of that?
Well, there are so many things at play. I can't
Uh-huh.
tell you exactly why things turned out the way they turned out for you.
Okay.
I remember years ago, I was not booking any commercials, but kept going on tons of auditions. And I had finally reached a point to where I stayed in the audition longer with the session runner, and I kind of cornered him. And, and I said,
Why aren't you casting me? What's wrong? What am I doing
no, no,
wrong?
no, no. It wasn't. He was just a session runner. He wasn't the casting director. And they were an office that would call me in. So it wasn't, it's not up to them. I know it's not up to them. It's up to them if they call me in. And they were. So I said to him, I said, what do you see? Because I'm not booking and I don't know why. And he looked at me kind of funny and he's like, you're doing fine. And then he said, do you have a hang up about commercials? Like, I mean, is it something that, personally you just don't like?
Mhm.
Is it, and that's all he had to say.
Yeah.
Because then I realized, oh yeah, I, at that, I am living in a place where big business is bad. So if I'm getting called in for a Walmart commercial, I'm not going to get
Yeah.
cast in a Walmart commercial. And it changed internal, and this is for everything. When we want to change something, it has to come from the inside. And I reconciled with that. And I started booking. That was my story. I don't know.
What was your hang up? Like, what was your, like, so
Big
you were, and
business
so
is bad.
you were
They're
going
the
into
enemy.
audition. Yeah, you were going into auditions with this, like, I'm doing something wrong
I don't
energy.
know if it was that obvious.
Yeah, to you, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
know, but you're conflicted when you're
Yes.
entering and it's affecting your work, right? And like
Anything
that,
we
it's
go after.
repelling. Yeah, it's repelling all of the opportunities because you're like, thank you. I don't have to go and it like and like face all this scrutiny and like get all this like, people hate me because I'm supporting
No, no, I
these.
didn't give a shit. And I still don't give a shit what other people think of me.
Okay.
It
It was
was
you that cared.
my personal
You were like,
ethic.
I don't want to support these things.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what,
Okay.
and my answer to it was, you know, I don't patronize these companies. I don't ever have to, but I can certainly accept money from them. And that was me.
Yes.
I'm happy to take money from them because
I see.
I'm doing a job that
Yeah.
is benefiting them. I will take their money. I don't have to buy from them. Because I never tell people who to buy from. As a vegetarian, I never tell people don't eat meat. This is all my stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have to, I could book that commercial and still not buy from the company, Doreen. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I think my issue now that we're talking is the goals aren't specific enough.
Yeah,
They're like, if you want to book something, cool, the easiest, quickest, fastest path, least resistance, here you go. Like it comes your way. And
yeah.
I'm like, that's not good enough. I'm over that. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I need to maybe have like a more specific goal, like, oh, book a co-star role on like a single cam comedy produced by maybe even that's too specific. Like, I don't know what's too specific,
Let's just
honestly.
go with that.
Okay.
Co-star on single cam comedy. So
Okay.
what are the things that need to happen in order for you to get that?
Um, I'm working on getting back reinstated with SAG. I'm FICOR, so maybe that doesn't matter.
Actually, I
Um,
don't think it does.
okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's getting out of the house. Like it's like one step, get the fuck out of the house.
What do you mean get
Like,
out of the house?
like you gotta go talk to people. Like you gotta go get like put yourself out there and like start
Okay,
talking to
wait,
people
wait, wait,
or
wait. Hang on, hang
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Everything's online.
Yeah, it's more like a metaphor. It's like you got to
Okay.
physically move the needle, you got to be seen. And
Sure. And
that, yeah,
how does that happen? How do you
I
get
got
to
to
be seen?
target. I usually, what I've done in the past is I've looked at who's casting those comedies.
Mhm.
So like Allison Jones, for example, and then I stalk them. And I'm like, I find them on Instagram, I stalk them, and then sometimes I've gotten lucky. They post where they're going, they post the events they go to, and like I've gone in person and met them that way and just like bypassed everything. So I usually just it starts with just a running list of who I want to work with or who I want to get in front of.
Yeah. Do they know your work?
No, definitely not.
That
They don't
might
know I
be,
exist.
thanks, Brittany. She put that link in for the Actors Jam.
Thank you.
Um, which may be something you might be interested in. But
Yeah.
they need another thing I said when I was doing marketing. Maybe did I repeat myself? They can't call you in if they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And it's not just personally. Casting directors, as opposed to film directors and perhaps even agents, they need to know where to fit you in a casting puzzle,
Yeah.
right? Those other people probably would benefit to know you more as a person. But let's talk about casting directors. They've got a puzzle. And if they know your work, then they know what to call you in for.
Yeah.
At the very least, if you don't have anything to show them, they would know your look.
Hmm.
So getting that to them, again, it's funny because it keeps coming back to that for me, where I'm coming from. Create that casting director list and reach out.
Yeah. And then this, like, I think for me, the hang up has been branding, like my materials, and not being like, oh, I don't think I even have the package, the marketing package that
What is a marketing package?
I don't know, to me, it's at least like it's a headshot and all your shit's aligned. Like that's like how I see it. It's just like you have a place for me in my mind, Actors Access, and it's just like all your stuff's aligned. Like you know what you play, whatever.
Honestly, all of that stuff comes after, as you're doing it,
Hmm.
along the way, right? People are so concerned about getting the package. It's the cart before the horse thing.
Yeah.
I there's a page from a book that I read in high school, and this one line stuck out: beware education that's all preparation. So in this case, beware, just in general, beware something that's all preparation, right? If we're trying to create a brand, if we're trying to create a package, we're not actually doing anything.
Yeah,
And
I'll be more specific.
yeah,
I think my headshots aren't doing me any favors.
there you go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
I think this is the
It's
second
just my
time.
headshots,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
I'm not worried so much about like footage. It's more just,
the headshot.
that's
Yeah,
literally it.
yeah.
I'd feel better if like I had things that like, oh, this is just Christina sitting still. Like, and then like they meet me, and you're like, yeah, that's the same person. Like that, like just as simple as that.
What's off about the headshots? Are they too glamorous? Are
I
they
think that
too
they're just,
old? Or
yeah, they're just like I think I was trying to like fit into an archetype or
mm,
some bullshit,
mm.
and like that wasn't, and they were wrong. It was the wrong archetype. And yeah, it's been off. It's been a horrible experience, honestly. So
Yeah,
I'm just trying to like, yeah, I did so much better before I even learned about any of this because it was like I did it like I just did it and like fell into things and then the world told me where I belonged and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. See, when you're getting specific,
Uh-huh.
it tells you so much
Yeah, yeah,
about, and we'll call it the habits. In your case, the habit is the headshot because you've had it. You've got this thing that you're using that doesn't work, right?
yeah.
So if we want to change something, we've got to change the habit.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
So
yeah,
get your bikini shots.
yeah, yeah, that'll work. So they can just like rot in a closet somewhere.
That would be awesome if I did that.
What's something you'll never go out for? Like, cool.
Um, anyway, how are you with the question that you started with?
No, yeah, it's awesome because like you're so structured, I think, like in how you think, or you've already have this outline, at least mentally, of how you approach things. And me, it's just like I speak in vagaries and blah, and like that's not helpful. It doesn't like I can't accomplish anything when it's like just an emotional entanglement.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, you're very good at like mirroring my poor communication.
I'm sorry, what? No.
Because you poke holes in like what
No,
exactly I'm saying. I'm
I
like,
was
shit,
joking. I was
it is what
joking.
I said. I did say that to her. Like I did.
That's funny.
So it's very helpful.
I'm glad. Yeah, and bottom line is like with everything, it's clarity.
Yeah, not having clarity, not having a point A,
Yep.
not even being able to set a point A because I don't even know where I am. Like I you so or not knowing the game board like you explained. I had one question,
Yeah.
another one, which was how do we set a goal for an emotional goal? Like an example would be I want to have fun in auditions. Like
Oh,
if that's the goal, right? Or like a
I
therapy
can give
goal,
it to
like I
you.
want to not be insane anymore. Like
I can
that's like those
I can
are emotional goals.
I can give it to you in three simple steps.
Thank you. Yes.
And Sherlock knows it very well.
Okay.
Quit thinking so much. That's number one. Just show up. That's number two. And play. That's number three.
What about things that like are like maybe changing a relationship with something? I guess that's the same kind of question. But for me, it's not enough to out like I can't just be like, oh, stop thinking about it. Like I'm miserable. Like I'm making myself miserable during the auditioning experience.
Yeah.
And like
So
just playing is not
I didn't
something.
say stop thinking about it. I said
Mhm.
quit thinking so much.
Yeah.
And we all know when we're overthinking.
Hmm.
We're not clear. We forget stuff. Our bodies become tense or uncomfortable. We know when we're thinking too much. We can feel it.
What was it again? What were the three?
Quit thinking so much, just show up and play.
There's a third one, right? It was like three things.
And play.
Just okay. Got it.
Sorry,
Okay. Thank you, Doreen.
your audio is kind of going in and out. I don't know if
Crap. We're good. I'm good. Thank you, Doreen.
you're welcome. I'm just putting that down there. Just show up. I try to put this at the end of all of my YouTube videos, but I forget. Quit thinking so much, just show up and play. All right. So now we can move on to the fun part. coming into the home stretch. The secret link to opportunities. Intention is active. Desire is not. The universe does not respond to our desires. It responds to our intention. And planning, like we just went over, is intention manifest. It's intention taking form. That's planning. God helps those who help themselves, as the saying goes. And I take that to mean action must come first, then the help comes. Every result of our actions directs us to our next action. That's why it's okay if you don't know everything that needs to happen in order for you to get what you want, just as long as you start filling things out. Because as soon as you start taking an action, you're going to get the information. And when you feel you don't know what to do next, try shit. There is a symbiotic relationship between taking action and receiving help. In going after what we want, one does not work without the other. Taking action, help comes. When we get the help, we know what to do. When we're doing, we get the help. Keep in mind, however, that while we can always control our actions, we can never control the results. Help from the universe looks like new insights, synchronicities, gifts from out of nowhere. They're unpredictable when they come, but they're 100% reliable. So, as my coach Michael Neal says, expect miracles, but be okay if they don't appear. Another secret link to opportunities is unattachment. I keep saying unattachment, maybe it's non-attachment. Anyway, release your grip on the result. Look forward to finishing your goal without the fear of it not working out. And the third part of the secret link to opportunities is exploration. Exploration leads to discoveries as opposed to research. Research just gives us information. We're like archaeologists. We must explore, and then we will discover. So that being said, beware of premature practicality. That's the logic that disrupts the dream. Get out of the how am I going to do this? How is this going to happen? Because it's going to stop the exploration. The answers are in the doing. So, any questions on that? Uh-oh. Oh no, I just gave all of this stuff and I don't know when Britt came and left. But does anybody have any questions on that? I'll just repeat it and she can listen to the recording if you want. The secret link to opportunities, there's 3 of them. Intention, unattachment, and exploration. And the moral of that, the answers are in the doing. Okay. Yay. Apparently I was clear about that, so there's no questions. So this is something I'm going to give you to, I don't know, kind of push you out of the nest so you can see that you can fly. Given the goal that you want, here's how you start that response from the universe. The first one we went over. Be clear with your goal. And if you're like Christina and what she's experienced in the past, you might want to ask the question, is that true? Like, I want to book a job. Is that what I really want? I want to book a job, $1,000 a week. Being a robot, playing a robot in a department store, that's an acting gig. You know, which by the way, I did when I was in my 20s. Um, how much did I get? I think I got maybe $8 an hour, maybe 9. Um, so be clear with your goal. Then once you're clear, declare it. Say it out loud. Say your goal out loud. Like with Brittany, it'll be I'm shooting an on-camera project where I have a substantial role. And just keep saying it out loud, because then you're going to find your own words to say it. If you find yourself adding to it, you're going off track. You may add it, but keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it clear. You could say it to your plants. You could say it to your pets. You could say it to yourself in the mirror. You could say it to your eggs while they're cooking, but say it out loud. Something happens in us as human beings when words are said, because we're engaging our entire body when we speak. And when we engage our body, something shifts. So say your goal out loud. And the final thing to get this out into the universe for a universal response is share it. Share your goal with people, not online, not on social media, not in an email. Thanksgiving is coming up. So if somebody says, so what are you up to? Well, I'm going to fill in the blank, and I've got a plan in place. Say that out loud. And if you've already taken actions, you could list your actions. Like, yeah, I've already met with my manager. I've made an appointment for new headshots. Haven't done that in a long time. Oh, yeah. You don't have to expound on it. Just share it. When we speak it into being, when we speak our goal into being, people begin to enroll themselves. They see a person who is committed to what they want, and automatically, and we've done this too, we'll go, oh, wow, you're doing that? Well, I actually have an extra costume for that would fit your shoot that you're talking about doing that short film. You can have that costume. I don't need any. When they were looking for that costume, right? People just start to enroll themselves when they see somebody who's committed to doing something. When we hear the same thing week after week, year after year, somebody like, yeah, I'm looking for an agent. And they look around like, is anyone going to help me? Like we don't want to help them because they're not doing anything that says they're serious about what they're doing, especially if they keep having the same story every year. And that's it. That's how we end this. And we've got still a half an hour if you want to ask questions. Thank you for your applause. If you want to explore more, if you want to add, if you have a comment. Sherlock.
Okay.
Yes.
I told you what my goal is, and you mentioned you're like, that's not really a goal. And
What was it? What was it again?
I really want to get through this book. and be able to implement it. So that means I have to understand what it
Okay,
is.
you didn't say that last time. All you said was finish the book.
Oh. Yeah, you know, I can finish a book. That's, yeah, I could see your point. It's like, but it's really understand it to implement it. And that scares the absolute fuck
What
out.
is it about? What's the name of the book again?
I love money. Money loves yous.
Yeah, so let's get real specific about what you think you can apply what you're going to learn to.
Got it. Ooh, I thought it was just within. I think different, because if I think differently, then something will move. Now what? Now what? You know,
Yeah,
is it
so
move?
it really helps, again, being more specific. Speaking of money, I just got a notice from that came through that said your thing is completely paid off. Something that I'd planned for like 6 months to pay off, and it's like it's paid off. Anyway, the when you say something specific like my goal is to earn $40,000 by March 1st. That's a goal. And
Got it.
that book could probably help you. I don't know.
Okay.
If you have a plan that says, I'm going to be out of debt by June 1st, that's another goal. So, what is it about money? What is your money goal?
To make more so I can get what my heart desires at the time I want it.
There's so much that you said there, and I'm going to actually go to the essence of it.
Okay.
It sounds like you're looking for a sense of freedom.
Yeah. More freedom. I mean, I have a lot of freedom, but I want more freedom.
Well, how do you measure freedom?
When I can just, um, basically it's like, ooh, that would be great. I'd like that. And then just do it. Like I said, I want to coach with you again. Is that how I say it? Is that I want to be coached by you again? And I see that as so viable, and it will get me out of my head.
Okay, so then let's take that as an example.
Okay.
You want to buy a coaching program,
Yeah.
and maybe this book will help you figure out how.
Yeah. Think differently as opposed to, oh, well, I gotta wait. I gotta wait. It's like, no, that's, if I was such a brainiac with I'm not an idiot, but if I really knew how to have more control on the income, um, then I think I like what this book is saying. It's you got to think different, really.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like it sounds like you want to earn more money.
Yeah. Well, hell, I don't even have to earn it. If it just comes to me, I have no outcome. I have no definite outcome. Just if it flows to me, okay. Wouldn't that be part of what you were saying?
Well, for this context,
Okay. Yes. More income coming in. So
for
I
this, for this, for the sake, for the context of make the goal,
yes.
we're making a goal that we can take actions towards.
Yes.
Actions, real actions, not wishful thinking and hoping that money is just going to come out of nowhere.
Got it.
The way money comes out of nowhere
Actions.
is through actions.
Yeah. Without having what do we say, like a grip on how it's going to happen.
Exactly.
That's what I meant.
Because the universe responds when we're helping ourselves. For instance, uh, if you're an entrepreneur creating money models, revenue models that you can sell, product, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're uh, an employee getting a job, uh, there's all kinds of ways to get jobs that aren't traditional jobs. So
Right.
many ways.
Mhm.
If we take those actions, then more often than not, money comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, yes, and I experienced that just recently with
So let's go back to the book.
okay.
It sounds like the book is could be a weekly item. Finish the book.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you mean a weekly item? Like have it done in a week?
Yep.
I have no confidence I will be able to comprehend the weight of what this is. It's
Okay.
like really is changing the way you think. And
Yeah.
I don't believe I can do that in a week.
So great. Good to know.
Yeah.
What about just finishing it?
Yes, I have a schedule on finishing it by the end of the month. So that it's that.
See,
Yeah.
here's where I think you're putting on too much pressure.
Oh, okay.
You already recognize that it's going to take more than just reading the book to comprehend, much less apply. But what you're still doing is you're putting pressure on yourself to comprehend it while you read it.
Yes, I am.
So, what if, and this just came to me,
Mm-hmm.
after every chapter, you gave yourself an action to summarize that chapter?
Oh, that's a good one. I had long forgotten that one. Yeah.
This is why so many people, including myself, love academia. Everything's planned out for us. We know what's due when. We're told what to read. We're told what to do. All we got to do is we don't have to make the decisions. And then the teacher is skilled enough to know if they do these things, they're going to learn. But now you get to create your own because that's what you're doing with this book. You're teaching yourself something.
Yeah.
So, how about implementing those things that we learned in school? Write a fucking book report. Write a summary after each chapter. Um, take something in the book and do it in real life. I don't know what the book looks like, but how does it look in real life? Create something.
Yes. Oddly enough, a situation came up. There was a friend of mine, or actually a Reiki master, who suggested this book because she's doing it. I thought, okay, sure. Well, it's not my first rodeo around this subject. Um, so I went to her and I'm like, okay, now I'm really confused because do I do this? Because, or would
But you said something just came up. What came up?
I wanted to do a particular action, but I didn't know if, and I was hesitating because I didn't know whether it was ethical or whether I just think it's ethical because I've been so brainwashed into something else. Does that make sense?
Well, it sounds like you're thinking too much.
Yeah.
Because when we settle, clarity sets in.
Well, I slept on it.
That's always a good action to take towards settling. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did take some action the next day on it.
Okay. So great. Again, it's the learning process that I think you're going after here with the book. It's just not finishing it and applying it. You can't apply it, like you said, until you comprehend it.
Yeah.
And we don't comprehend things. We also learn by doing.
If anyone, it's almost like if anyone who should have known that, it's me. Because I've said for all of my life I wanted a mentor or I needed a mentor until I started saying I want a mentor. Or a coach, however you want to say it. I like doing this. I mean, I like actions more than having to think, always in my life, always. So it's funny that you say that, it's like, um, here's an oxymoron, Sherlock.
And I'm witnessing insight usually comes in the form of laughter, if not tears. It's usually one or the other. That's what I witnessed. So thank you.
Thank you.
My.
Hello.
Hello.
Just following up from something that just following up from what you had mentioned previously. You said you had a lot more to suggest with regards to my goal.
Yeah. Oh, not suggest, but to open up, just to show you something.
Mm-hmm.
There are in my range of vision 2 casting offices that offer commercial acting classes. And what I like about those 2 is that they work all the time. So if you do sign up for the class, I would recommend you choose one of the 2, and then you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're honing your skills and you're getting in front of very active commercial casting directors. And in those classes, you'll be able to ask questions that are more industry related, the how-tos and stuff like that. If you say to them, I want to reach out to more casting directors, what would you recommend? They would be a great source because they are casting directors.
Mm-hmm.
They may even say, after they see your work, oh, I'll just hand it off to so and so. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing that came to mind. Do you have any questions around that?
Yes. Which ones are they?
Yeah, sorry. Um, the first one is ASG, Arlene Schuster Goss. I know she has classes. The second one is I don't even know what they're called. Well, I don't know what they're called, but they're held by Ross Lacey and Allison Horn. And I'm
Okay.
probably misspelling Allison's name. I don't know if it's with a Y or an I. So those 2 people, they're separate offices and they're very, very busy, but they have combined to create their own acting classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And who knows, I know a lot of people are offering like Black Friday deals on classes, but I don't know.
Ah, okay. Cool. So those are two offices. You said there were two things you wanted to say. This was the first one. Was there a second one or a second comment?
I don't know. I mean, I can talk about it. Again, it's like your goal was to book by the end of February. Again, here's I think what I wanted to say. This is for everybody. Focus less on the goal after you've gotten it clear. Make it clear first. Focus less on the goal and more on executing the actions that count. This is the key principle in the 12-week year. Executing actions that count. Getting in a class where you're in front of the casting directors, if not the session runners, because oftentimes the session runners are running these classes. Getting in front of these people is an action that counts, as opposed to taking an acting class, as opposed to taking a commercial acting class from a non-casting director. So focus on executing actions that count.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, speaking of which, commercials, where are we? There was the big hullabaloo about casting networks charging representatives, but apparently they've taken that off the table and somehow they're going to make the actor pay for it. So there's this love-hate relationship. That's another thing. It would be a great conversation. Maybe you've already had it. Same thing with anybody. As far as commercials go, talk to your rep about the direction they want to go. Now, I know they were talking about getting people off casting networks and going to, was it casting.com or casting workbook, something like that. Make sure you're on the casting sites that count. Everything's changing. This thing with casting networks is not over. It's just in a different phase. We don't know where it's going. We don't know where anything's going. That's a favor we can all give ourselves, is to keep up to date. Keep just randomly, even if you don't have an audition, go into these casting sites and check out, review your profile or see what's new, because they often have their own like little newsletters and stuff or announcements about the industry. Yeah, it's really amazing and rewarding what we can find when we randomly look on a site that we don't go to regularly, especially the ones where we have a profile. Well, I think we're good. Yay. I know this is a good product. This is a good workshop. I'm going to do it again. I don't know when, but I think I'm going to keep it to only one, because I know people were confused about, like, there are so many and they thought it was one and then whatever. So it'll make it nice and clean if I do enough promo and people know it's on this date, and maybe I'll make it last longer so that more questions can happen. So tell your friends. After the new year, I'm definitely going to offer it again. Thank you so much. If I don't see you on Monday, probably not. Happy Thanksgiving. And don't forget to share your goal at the Thanksgiving table, or at least in cocktail hour. Bye.
Thank you, Doreen.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Doreen.
Bye.